Okay, let's jump right into day 5. Welcome to day 5, everyone. For everyone joining us live, thank you for taking the time. And if you are watching this recording, then let's take a minute to celebrate the fact that we've made it all the way to day 5. And for many of you, of course, you may actually be on day 4 of the plan. You may have started the meal plan maybe only yesterday, a couple of days ago, so it may be day 3 of the eating plan. I know some of you maybe haven't even started the eating plan yet, but those of you who are doing it live with us, you have the opportunity to ask questions and engage with us a bit to make it a little bit more enjoyable and have the support that you need along the way. Today's topic is reducing your overall toxic load. Now, on day 1, we would have started off with talking about why we want to engage in a process of detoxifying, supporting your body's detoxification systems from time to time, because our exposure today really is at levels that our human bodies have not been exposed to in our history. And so, yes, we all innately have the ability to detoxify. So through the power of your kidneys to produce urine and excrete waste, your colon and bowels to excrete waste, your liver, which helps to filter and deactivate many toxins and poisons that come in, your skin, which is your protective barrier, but also through sweat helps you to detoxify. So many of your organs work day and night, your circulatory system in your blood and your brain, constantly helping to clear out toxins so that we can live and things can function somewhat normally. But just as we, when our workload becomes a little heavy, would appreciate a little support, our bodies would also appreciate support. So today I just want to touch on the topic of reducing your overall toxic load. In this 5-day, we would have focused on 1, hydration. So we would have cleaned up our drinking habits, taken out the sugary drinks, which is a huge step, and sticking mainly with water, herbal teas, a little coconut water here and there. So we would have reduced our toxic load from that standpoint of drinking. We then focused on our eating and cutting out a lot of the processed foods, challenged you to stick with a completely whole foods diet over the course of the 4 days on the plan. So we would have reduced your toxic load just by minimizing exposure to the processed foods and including foods that aid your body, aid your liver in their function. I want to expand that view of our toxic load from just what we eat and drink, because of course there are things in our environment that we're exposed to that we may be unaware of that increase our toxic load. So we're talking about air and air pollution or air quality, both inside and outside of the home. Something that's not regularly spoken about is mold. In our Caribbean culture, I realized that mold is not appreciated for the danger that it can be, as in if your house has mold in it, so any sort of wood elements that are growing mold in your bathrooms that are moist, whether it's visible or sometimes it's even inside the walls, this is a real issue. It's a real issue that can trigger a lot of symptoms, and you may never realize that that's the cause because it's not something that our doctors test for. Mold exposure, air quality, we're thinking inside as well as outside of the home. If you are in an old building, whether for work or at home, lead paint is something that is no longer used, but a lot of those old buildings may still have lead paint. If you're in a work situation where the air conditioned ducts are not cleaned on a regular basis or are also harboring, unspeakables, whether it's mold and other viruses that we become exposed to. So there's so many unknowns of things that we're exposed to when we think about air quality, right? Of course, pollution and car and the Sahara dust. So all of these things stress our system. Then if we have additional factors of the 21st century, which there's little that we can do, and that's the electromagnetic toxin. Being exposed to 5G, there's scientific research showing the dangers of exposure to 5G network. And again, what do? Not get internet. So thinking about little ways that you can minimize exposure to these things. So, for example, I know now they do have available things that you can put on your phone or on your body to reduce your body's exposure to those unseen sources of electromagnetic toxins and radiation and things like that. So if you realize that you are in a situation where you have an higher than average exposure to these things, then you do want to look at ways to help protect yourself. Because again, one of the goals of this program is to begin thinking about how to optimize our function. We're not focusing on any specific disease process, but focusing on optimizing function. And so many of the little niggling things that we complain about on a daily basis. So, for example, low energy for no particular reason, brain fog, or your immune system just can't seem to catch itself. You're getting colds more regularly. So, yes, nutrition is a great first step. Cleaning up the diet is a great first step. But today, I wanted to just expand the conversation to look at your total toxic load and seeing what steps you can take in terms of one, assessing your exposure to these things. So, for example, if you're in a bedroom that also houses your internet connection and it's a 5G connection, then you may want to think about where else you can place it so that you're not exposed to it all night long as you sleep. So little things like that can help. There are these necklaces that I've been looking into getting for myself and my son, actually, that is supposed to help to repel or protect from some of that exposure. And people report that just wearing it, their sleep improves, their energy levels improve. So again, becoming more aware of the levels that we are exposed to. Of course, yesterday we would have touched on the fact that our toxic load is not just in the physical, so physical toxins, chemical toxins, but also mental and emotional. Every time you are surrounded by, let's say, someone who has a toxic attitude, how can you reduce your overall toxic load by minimizing the amount of time that you spend with that person? Or if it's that you realize that your thought processes generate negative energy, generate, a heavy feeling within you, how can you think thoughts that have a different outcome, a different effect on your body, a different effect on your mind, on your energy levels, on your overall sense of well-being? So I would love to hear if any of you practiced the breathing practices that we spoke about yesterday and how well you did with reducing your screen time. That we would love for you to share with us if you were able to include that practice from yesterday and definitely continuing it today. And for as long as you can continue that, if you want to give yourself a week, that would be amazing. I think you would definitely feel a difference if you were to decrease your screen time at least by half over the course of a week. I would love to hear how you would feel doing that for a full 7 days. So even though we're ending this 5-day journey today, it really is an opportunity to continue some of the things that you maybe didn't get a chance to explore fully. So moving on, I want to take some time to, one, acknowledge your progress and celebrate any small wins that you would have experienced already. Is there anything that you can highlight or notice that already you can say, by committing to this process, I already feel better in some way? Feel free to type in the chat or message us when you listen to this. We'd love to hear any progress that you are experiencing already, and whether it improved energy, improved mood, improved bowel movements, improved bladder function, right? So yes, you may be urinating more, but think of it as flushing out your kidneys, at least thank God your kidneys are working well as they are supposed to. Some people often comment on their skin, just increasing water and eating cleaner, it begins to show in your skin. Reduced pain or inflammation, joint pain, muscle pain, those are all common benefits and progress that people would report. Improved mood, yes, someone is highlighting, definitely improved mood. So thank you again for committing to this process and giving yourself this gift of these 5 days to focus on your well-being, your health, your eating, your movement. And again, we'd love if you could continue to share those with us via email or social media. Let's take some time to reflect. If you have your note paper, we're going to ask you to pull that out, and we want to really ensure that one of our goals for this 5-day journey is to help you reset, and resetting involves setting specific intentions. So, wherever we are in our year, thinking about how you would like the rest of your year to look, what you would like to be celebrating by the end of this year, take a minute to jot down in your journal your top 3 intentions moving forward for the rest of this year. Top 3 intentions moving forward for the rest of this year. These can be health related or more general well being. How do you want to feel? How do you want to look? What do you want to have achieved by the end of this year? So I'll give you a minute to think about that and jot that down. So, as you think about your top intentions, we also want to reflect on this process that we've been on. And as your coaches, it's been our pleasure to support you on this 5-day journey. But of course, as we mentioned at the beginning, this 5-day journey is really just the tip of the iceberg, the tip of the pencil for a fuller reset and recharge experience that we run a couple times a year. And so we will be launching our reset and recharge full 6-week experience in October. We start on October 7th. Registration opens today. Woohoo! So if you want to take advantage of early registration discounts, if you want to let your friends know, if you would like, we hope you will join us on the 6-week journey as a way to stay on track with your intentions for your health, and having the support of coaches as well as a team or group of fellow people who have similar intentions to support their health and to optimize their health and take it to the next level, so we can start next year on a high and not wishing and hoping that we could have done. Our intention is really to support you in having the best year, finishing strong. We have some top intentions coming in. Thanks for sharing. So top intentions, making time for a daily morning routine. I just love that one, because going through the 5-day process, you may have realized, which you already knew, but it's a reminder that, if you don't really take time to start your day off right, oftentimes you're left scrambling throughout the day, or you may go out and not have what you need in order to complete the mission for the day, which is to stay on the plan. Several of you shared that you may have fallen off because, you were out and you got hungry and you didn't have anything to eat, and so you would have given in. I love that intention of making time for daily morning routine, whether that includes getting prepared for the day, also preparing your mind with meditation, reflecting, journaling. That is a really powerful intention to set. Reducing sugar intake overall. How can you continue when you wrap up this 5-day process? I love that. You've already gotten sugar out. And let me tell you, what you learn in the reset, if you join us for the reset, would be the benefits of quitting sugar completely, and how it's possible to quit sugar and still be happy in life. Because for many of us, the sugar is our little moment of pleasure during the day. That little cup of what I like to call dessert coffee. It's not just coffee, it's dessert in a glass with coffee flavor. For many of us, that's a little pleasure in the day. How do you enjoy life? How do you still find joy and pleasure in eating throughout your day without being dependent/addicted to sugar? We have many tips and many ways that we will share with you a lot more during our Reset and Recharge program. The third intention set was move more throughout the week, so increase number of days of movement and exercise. Excellent. Thanks for sharing. Next, we have someone else sharing increase my whole food intake. Yay, I'm happy to hear that, because we gave you a really simplified plan for this detox menu over the 4 to 5 days that you would be following the plan. And some of you have asked, actually, is it okay for me to follow this plan for a full week? Definitely it is. Going more than a week, the plan is not designed to meet all of your needs. So it's not designed to be a long-term diet. It's not a weight loss diet. That is my word of caution. And so that is why throughout the Reset and Recharge program, you would really learn skills in terms of how to incorporate detoxing safely, what time periods, how to prepare your body for it more fully, and how to come out of it in a safe way. Those are some of the skills and things that we would cover, things that you would learn in the Reset and Recharge program. Yes, you can stay on a plan, this detox menu, I would say, for 5 to 10 days, but definitely transitioning off of that to a diet that better meets your needs would be essential, and we can help you with that through the full Reset and Recharge experience. Then the next other intentions would be to continue with your yoga practice. Yes, definitely. Also, if it's not a full yoga practice for you, definitely at least the breathing, because we can always make time for some deep breathing. And reducing my nighttime screen time, continuing with some elements of the reduced screen time, and hopefully you will feel the benefit of it, even though your mind, your brain might be resistant, because it is addictive. Does have an addictive component to it. Your mind may resist at first, but in the long run, your body and mind will appreciate it. So your taking action step for today would be to check out the Reset and Recharge. If you're not familiar with that program, we will send you an email so you can learn more about it via our website. And that program, you actually get 6 weeks of meal planning. So there are 3 phases. So there's a different meal plan for each phase, and it's chock full of recipes. So a great way to continue on your whole foods trajectory and increasing your fiber and reducing your sugar, which we focused on in this program, would be to try out new recipes. And so we'd love to support you with that in this upcoming program starting on October 7th. So you have a couple of weeks. And again, if some of you I know would have done that program already, you're free to join us again, and also to invite people that you know will benefit from that journey. Okay, so our commitment step for today will be either today or tomorrow, I would say, because I know some of you have not finished your full 5 days. So you may want to wait until the end of that. That would be totally fine. Making a post on social media, sharing your benefits and progress, any benefits you would have felt throughout this process. Again, to inspire those around you to take action, to do something positive for their health. We will offer this free 5-day journey again sometime next year. So not again for the end of the year, but I would say that you can definitely encourage people who you know they need a change, or they maybe come to you and share that they need to do something differently with their eating. Definitely sharing the Reset and Recharge with them so they can have that full experience. So tag us in any social media posts and a daily affirmation that we'd like to share today, which I've actually been putting up on my WhatsApp status. So that's a great easy way to share it as well. If you're ready for our affirmation for today, which is, I honor my journey, I trust the process, I celebrate my successes. Are you all ready to say it with me? Once you agree, once you feel the truth of this affirmation, which I do deeply, because so often we question the process and we overlook the small wins because we're waiting for the big win. Taking the time to honor every step of your journey is what we want to affirm today. So are you all ready? You can unmute and say with me,
I honor my journey.
I honor my journey. I trust the process. I celebrate my success.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you again for joining us today. We did it. We made it. Day 5 full days of committing to yourself. Congratulations to you. And just want to thank all of our team who made this possible. Thank you, Ariel, in the background, who worked really hard to make sure that you have all the resources you need and for this to go smoothly. So we hope you'll join us again for other programs that we'll be having, or definitely follow us on social media. And if you haven't signed up for our newsletter via our website or social media as well, then definitely do so you can stay up to date on all the events and freebies and tips and recipes that we'll be sharing. Okay, and we have a question. How do I increase my fiber intake? definitely keeping up the vegetable intake. And if you continue with your whole foods, your fiber intake would automatically probably double from where you started. Because many of you would have started your fiber intake, we got ranges of 7 to 10 grams a day. And our goal would be to get 30 to 40 grams a day to continue getting the benefit of fiber as a cleansing and detoxing element in our diet. Can happen no matter what you're eating. So the number one thing I would say would be to try and continue your vegetable intake and experimenting with more recipes, again, which we share lots of in the Reset and Recharge program.